तेरी वो रफ्तार हो, रोके से भी तू ना रुके, हासिल कर ऐसा शिखर, पर्वत की भी नजरें उठे, आशाएं उम्मीदें अब मुश्किल
Namaste everyone. Last class we discussed regarding the characteristics of Purusha or Ishvara you can take. Like Klesha, Karma, Vipaka, Ashahi, Aparamrishtha. Purusha Vishesha Ishyaha, who is free from Klesha, Karma, Vipaka and Ashaya. The special Purusha is known as Ishvara, the 26th entity we call it. So that we seen. Now this class will be dealing some extra features of Ishvara. So let's see. It tells about Tatra Niratishayam Sarvagya Vijam. Tatra Niratishayam Sarvagya Vijam. Tatra Niratishayam Sarvagya and Vijam. Tatra means the earlier sutra. Earlier sutra is related to Ishvara. So in this stage of Ishvara or in Ishvara, what happened? Niratishayam. Atishayam means modification. Atishaya Rahitam means Niratishayam. Nasti Atishayam Niratishayam. Where there will not be any kind of Atishaya, modifications, means only one thing. For example, if I say Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, Ekam Eva, only one is truth, other things are false. So that is the only one entity, one Tattva is the permanent. So Atishayam, Ishvara is the Niratishayam. Ishvara is the free from all kind of manifestations, only one Ishvara. Niratishayam. Sarvagya. Sarvagya means Sarvam Janati iti Sarvagyaha, who knows everything. Everything means not in materialistic world. Who knows the everything means Atma, Paramatma, Jivatma, all this kind of things. Means in case of yoga, who knows all 26 entities correctly. In Sankhya like Vyakta, Avyakta, Gya, Vijnanat. Vyakta, Avyakta and Gya. So you should know Vyakta, Avyakta and Gya easily. Then only we can be liberated. We can be free from this world or free from this jala, net. So here Sarvagya means who knows everything regarding the 26 principle, or who knows the every cause and effect, everything, the supreme one. He is called Vijam. Vijam means the root, or you can say Vijam means the seed. You can see mean seed. Who is the seed for everything? Means everything is start from there itself. Different texts explain different explanation. Like if you go Vedanta Sutra, they explain Brahmaiva Sat. From Brahma itself, everything starts. Okay, and here explain that Brahma is some other word. It's called Ishvara. So Ishvara is who is the person. He is known as the seed of everything. He is the cause for everything, and he is the Sarvagya, who knows everything. Sarvag Janati iti Sarvagya. Everything known by him, and he have no Atishaya. Atishaya Rahitam means any other modification is not there. He is the only one thing, supreme one, unmanifested entity. He is called Ishvara. Tatra means Ishvara. So Ishvara explanation given is here. Tatra Niratishyam Sarvagyatta Vijam. Tatra means in the stage of Ishvara. The Niratishyam means who has no any kind of manifestations, only one entity. Sarvagya, who knows everything. This is called Sarvagya. And Vijam means the seed or the root of all the things. Root of all kinds of manifestation and all. So that quality is explained here. So this sutra will be talking on the some other characteristics or features of Ishvara. So let's see. The sutra is Sa Purvesham api Guruhu Kalena Anavachedat. Kalena Anavachedat. Sa Purvesham api Guruhu Kalena Anavachedat. Anavachedat. Saha means the Ishvara, the supreme one. Purvesham api. Purva means earlier. Api means also. So the Ishvara is Purvesham api Guru. Guru means the great teacher or great master. If we translate that word, it will become a great master. Who is great master? Is Ishvara. Purveshamapi Guru. Those who are, we have different types of gurus, like we can take Swami Vivekananda, Abdul Kalam, Paurusishti, Bharadwaja, Katyayana, different gurus are there. But he is the antecedent, he is the guru of them, means the foremost ancestor you can take. He is the first guru. According to the text, Purveshamapi Guru, he is the guru of gurus. Like you can take here Bharadwaj or Katyayan, Gautama, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, whoever, these are the gurus. But he is the guru of this guru. Who is Ishvara? He is the master of all this master. For example, if I take, you are the master in your home or you are the master in your working place, but some gurus are there, head are there of you. Maybe you are the boss in your company, some CEO or the founder will be there in your company, so he will become the superior guru. Here explained there, these are the guru we know in our Indian tradition, but he is the guru. Ishvara is the guru of all these guru. There are so many gurus are there, like Matsendra, Bhairava, Adinatha, and all these things. So here explained, Saha Purveshamapi Guru. Saha means Ishvara is the guru of all these gurus. Kalena Anavachedat. Kalena means in time, for a time. Anavachedat, na avachedat, anavachedat. Avachedana means cutting. Okay, or it can, we can means it will be bounded in time. Anavachedat means time is not there. He is free from time. Kalena Anavachedat means he priya also there, earlier, Vartaman also there, and Bhavishya also he will be there. Means past he was there, present is there, and future he will be. Kalena Anavachedat. Kala cannot do anything of that particular person or particular entity. The entity is Ishvara. That one is explained here. Saha Purveshamapi Guru. The Ishvara, he is the guru of all guru, means Purva Guru. These are the guru, and he become the Purva Guru, Ishvara, the earlier guru. Guru who? Kalena Anavachedat, who cannot be bound or who cannot be cut out by the Kala, means he is free from Kala. Kala Atita, who went beyond the time, is called Kala Atita. So Kalena Anavachedat. So this is the meaning of the sutra is there. Ishvara, he is the guru of all these gurus who cannot be bounded, who cannot be cutted out by the Kala, because he is free from Kala. Anavachedat means we cannot cut, means he is free. So free from Anavachedat means free. You can take free from all Kalas. We are bound to Kala, means after 80 we will be going to end, or 100 we have our end. So here there is no Kala, because he is liberated, free from all these things. So this sutra will be talking on some special characteristics of Ishvara itself. It's related to earlier sutra, what we have seen from 23 to now continuous going on. So let's see, this sutra is Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. Kasya Vachakaha? Tasya Vachakaha. Tasya means Ishvarashva. The earlier sutra is talking about Ishvara. So the Vachaka of Ishvara, the symbol, Vachaka means, or the symbols or the form of Ishvara is Pranavaha. Pranavaha means Omkara, we can take. The Vachaka of Ishvara is Pranavaha. Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha. The Vachaka of Ishvara is Pranavaha. Pranava means it has the three symbols like A, U, and Ma. All together is called Om. So who having that characteristics features, he is called Ishvara. That's called Vachaka, means symbol, or Pranavaha. So this sutra will be knowing regarding Ishvara, the characteristics of Ishvara. Earlier sutra we are coming from 23 to till 29, we will be talking on Ishvara qualities or the features of Ishvara, what are the qualities. So let's see, this sutra is tells about Tajjapha Sadartha Bhavanam. Tat Japaha Sadartha Bhavanam. Tat Japha. Tat means Ishvarasva or the Isara. The japa means continuous contemplating or meditating or practicing concentration on Ishvara. What will happen? Tadartha Bhavanam. Tadartha means the artha of Ishvara, meaning of Ishvara. You need to think. Bhavanam means thinking. So whatever you are contemplating, you need to think for that. Means in this sutra it explains, if you contemplate on Ishvara, you need to think about the Ishvara, means which is made of three, uma, and based on their qualities you need to think. So tajjapa tadartha bhavana. For example, what happens, we may concentrate in class. Teacher is teaching, we will be sitting there, but opening our eyes, but we are not concentrating there. Artha is there, bhavana is not there. So ultimately we won't get the result. We will get very bad result. So what happen here? We need to think about that and we need to concentrate on that. That only explain here. If you concentrate like Ishvara as the upaya to reach the ultimate, means asampragyata samadhi. This is the second method to reach the asampragyata samadhi. Like we start Ishvara pranidhana dua. Okay. So if you concentrate on that, if you think on that, then only it leads to asampragyata samadhi. This only explained in this sutra is tajjapa tadartha bhavanam. The japa, the contemplation, meditations, or the practice, or the abhyasa of Ishvara, tadartha bhavanam, the bhavana, or the thinking of Ishvarastha, tad. Or you can take here, bhavanam means sravanam, mananam, nidhyasanam will be counted here. Like sravanam, mananam, and nidhyasanam. So all these three is counted under here. So if you concentrate on a particular, if you think about this Sramana, Manana, Nidhyasanam properly, then it leads to Asampragyata Samadhi, no doubt. Last class we have seen regarding Ishvara. Ishvara means the supreme entity. How we can reach towards that, means towards Asampragyata Samadhi, by doing Ishvara Pranidhyanam, Tajjapa Tadartha Bhavana, and all these kind of sutras we have gone through. Now this sutra we will be looking what is the benefit or result if you do concentrate or if you meditate on Ishvara. If you do Ishvara Japa or Tajjapa Tadartha Bhavana, if you do, what is the result of that? So let's see in this sutra, the result is telling Tataha Pratyeka Chetana Adhigama Api Antaraya Abhavascha. Tataha Pratyeka Chetana Adhigama api antaraya abhavascha. Tataha means by practicing Ishvara Pranidhyanam or contemplating or meditating on Ishvara, what will happen? Pratyeka Chetana. Pratyeka means inside or inner one. Chetana means Chaitanya or Buddhi. Adhigama means it goes towards that. So what goes? Your buddhi will goes towards in, ekagrata, one side. Your buddhi will not go to outside, inside. The aim of yoga is to go in, not out. So your buddhi is there means it will go towards inside. That is called adhigama api. Adhigama api means along with that antaraya abhavascha. Antaraya means the obstacles or the barriers of yoga sadhana. It will become abhava, means it will vanish, it will destroy. So if you do pranama dhyanam or pranava japa, what we explained in earlier sutras, the result is telling here, tatha, by practicing pranama dhyana or pranama japa, tatha pratyeka means inside or inner side of chetana means buddhi. The buddhi will go towards inside. Adhigama means going, moving, direction. So the buddhi will get direction towards inside. Along with that, second benefit is telling api antaraya abhavascha. The antaraya or the barrier, the obstacles of yoga sadhana will become abhava, destroy. Cha, it's a linker. It creates the link between these two. Pratyeka Chetana, this is the one benefit. Benefit number 1, and antaraya abhava. This is benefit number 2. So by contemplating on Ishvara, these two benefit will get. One will get the buddhi towards inside, or the chaitanya towards inside. Buddhi will be there, means what you are, you can understand as it is. Like Aham Brahmasmi, you are the Ishvara, you can understand that. And the second benefit will be antaraya abhavascha. The obstacles, the barrier will become destroyed. So this is the two meanings or two benefits if you do Ishvara Pranidhyanam. Thank you.